What is up, everybody? Hope you're having a good night, and this is the Players of the Realm. I'm back, Marshall. You couldn't get rid of me, and I'm here to DM this next session. Hope you guys are ready for it. I'm here with the rest of the players. We got Levin, Yami, Saris, and Fennec ready to rock and roll on this train to, well, potentially nowhere. Let's see what's going on, right? So, for today's fun little question of the night before we get started and rolling with everything else, we're looking at what do your characters like to do morally is the question. And in that, would they rather put something of themselves at risk or put others at risk in order to achieve an objective? Let's start out with Levin, since I see you first on our turn order here.
Hello everyone, I'm Aaron. I play the Male Elf Ranger, Levin. And towards achieving a goal, coming from a militant nation, it's always a matter of working for the collective. So being able to put more of yourself out there is usually the case, as opposed to putting other people in the line of fire. So if it's for the mission, he has no trouble putting himself at risk or others at risk. So it's a bit of a back and forth.
Right. Well, so, sounds like a little mix of the two, right? Let's see what Yami has to say about this, though. Yourself or others to achieve the objective.
Hello, Yami as Yami. Nice to meet you guys. So Yami, honestly, as mistrustful and everything, he seems like he's a loner. He actually would definitely not risk anybody else's life because he's more of a noble warrior. Like he's like, "Huh, I'll do it myself" kind of guy. Like if you can't do the job, I'll do it. So yeah, he'll definitely risk his own life before anybody else, even if it's not Fennec.
I'm sure he's appreciative of it.
But I do have favorites, so.
It also being that we saw a lot of that on the Sky Coach, I believe, with you sticking your neck out and everything there. So fantastic. We'll move on to Saris next.
Saris would very easily send anyone else to die before she would.
That girl.
She prioritizes her survival as the single most important aspect of any mission. So in that sense, she will make sure that she succeeds in the mission, and the mission is that she walks away from it.
Sounds good to me. I actually expected nothing less, quite frankly. Everybody in the group, I assumed this one the most. So last but certainly not least, we have Fennec.
So Fennec would be more situational, if anything. Morally, he wouldn't put anybody physically at risk, but if it meant hurting someone's feelings, he doesn't give a shit.
Yeah. What do you feel about it? It was Yami's feelings, though.
He might care a little bit.
Just a little.
And I would say, like, with the connection they have and, like, growing up, it would be like that, like, brotherly connection of, like, you said something, it hurt his feelings, but, like, you slap each other on the back and you're good. Like, you get over it in, like, 5 minutes.
Right. Yeah, it sounds about right.
I mean, like, Fennec is kind of like an acquired taste because he's snarky, so, like, it's emotions and feelings, like, aren't his strong suit, but, like, he won't ever put the party physically at risk.
Right. Yeah, makes sense, right? Well, And with that, we'll just like to remind any viewers that we have that if you go to dicelegion.com and when you go to the checkout, if you type in POTR, you will get 10% off any product that you buy. So please go there. It'll support our channel. It'll support yourself. And you'll be able to roll hard and, maybe you'll get a lucky 20 from us. Hopefully not a unlucky one. But who knows? We can't promise anything. That's not a part of the guarantee. And so, the last time we were here, let's spitball off a little bit. What did, last time I was here, you guys were like at the terminus station. The viewers, though, they might remember a little bit more than me. I believe we're now like on a train car or something. What's going on here?
Well, we managed to catch the lightning rail heading out, destination for Rote, I believe. So Levin managed to ask Saris to get tickets for us to go to the first tower, which is, I think, about an hour-long trip. Hoping to at least get a little bit of time to either rest, recover, or maybe, go spelunking and looking around for the individual that we're in pursuit of.
I think you're about correct, right?
I hope so, otherwise this story's going really weird.
Otherwise, going on the wrong way on the railroad. Weird tongue twister right there, so. Oops, you are in trouble in that regard. But
We would definitely send the DM for a loop. What we're doing.
well, I mean, it would send you for a loop. I could just say, hey, you got on the wrong car, or whatever.
Welcome to the Forgotten Realms.
Oh, well, remember, we're not in the Forgotten Realms, sir. We're actually in Eberron.
Eberron.
No, what if we got on the wrong train?
Yeah, as I do my hands in the SpongeBob motion for Eberron and everything. But here we are. We're on a train car. You guys are in one of the, regular cars. Let's put it like that. There's tons of seats in front of you. You guys have just jumped on as the car starts pulling away. And, you start hearing the crackle of lightning going around the train car and everything as the, elemental starts spurring the whole train forward. You see a fair amount of people inside of the different seats and everything. There's as I start laying on different little groups, you can see that there are think of these sections as kind of taken up for the rest of your party. Or if you were trying to sit on there, you would find a little bit of trouble getting onto those seats. And there's a grouping on there. It's a mixed group and everything. There's a lot of people overall in those little sections. And so I'll leave it up to you for how you want to proceed from here.
I think last we left off, also we were deciding if we wanted to rest or search the cart, and I'm not sure. I believe somebody.
I think we took a short
rest.
We took a short rest already. Okay, all right.
Have we?
That's yeah, I think we did. Yes, we did, because I used my hit dice. Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
Also, there was some loot to be distributed. We got 45 gold total, which would break it down to 9 gold each, if we split it that way.
Cool. Sounds good to me, quite frankly.
I never mad at having too much gold, so.
Hey, maybe you're going to need it soon, so.
Well, I'm saying we could probably have split the gold amongst ourselves during our short rest.
Yeah.
And also, by the way, the reason why I reference theurage and everything else and how the people are seating is so that during this hour you can potentially take some time and think about what you're doing inside of the cart, how you're sitting. Because a short rest isn't necessarily mean that you're just sitting still, frozen in place. Remember, you can explore a little bit. You can go to other cars, so long as you're not doing anything crazy. Let's put it like that. So, you can get a little bit of turns to feel some things out, maybe, see what's in the car next door. Potentially fly off the trail raid on accident.
So, Fenwick will take like a few steps further into the car. Oh, the game's still paused for us.
Hmm.
Let me refresh. I could be wrong.
No, it's still paused on my end.
Oh,
Yep.
okay. Well, I'm still refreshing. But while it's refreshing, Fenwick will take a couple steps forward, but actually take his hood off.
Okay.
So now you kind of see the goblin face with like the the grayish, whitish hair, like up in a ponytail,
Mm-hmm.
and like you actually will see the scar on his face, like across, kind of going diagonal.
DM, you could just press spacebar to remove the pause. There you go.
Great. Thanks. Was messing around with some other stuff. But thank you for getting me in order.
All right. Levin's gonna just saunter over to Saris. You have everyone's tickets.
Here we go. Hands out tickets.
Thanks. That was rougher than I would have liked.
You can say that again.
I'd rather not.
The
Well-
ideal path in.
Do we want to talk about this in the middle of the aisle, or do we want to try and find a seat?
I was gonna say, shouldn't we be looking for that person?
Gonna sit
We-
right here.
We have some time to recover ourselves, but it's about an hour until the first tower. If we combine that with time for offloading and getting people back on, we might have a little more time than that, but they're usually pretty efficient with that.
As you're mentioning that stuff, you start to see a conductor walking down the aisle checking tickets, starting at the front end of the car and working his way back to you, by the way.
If Fennec looks down at the conductor looking at the tickets, is he physically taking the tickets, or are people just holding them up and he's looking?
He's not grabbing all of them. He
Okay.
maybe grabs, like, as you kind of like notice the first one, he just kind of like peers at it, goes like, cool. And then in
Okay.
the next, he kind of like picks it up and then gives it back to them. Cool. And he's now like maybe at the second grouping of cars right there.
Okay.
As you're making that observation. So very just random almost.
If only we could swap our tickets out with somebody else's who's going to the right destination.
Well, if you want to have a go at it.
And
Is
ask
that your
around if
fault?
somebody wants to. Oh, I was gonna ask them. I don't. What are you talking about? I was gonna make a proposal and hopefully they understand it, what we needed to do. Unless you had something else in mind.
Well, we still have that. Trying to remember if we received something over from from the estate, because we did just help out House Orion.
Mm-hmm.
He's pretty well, they're pretty well known. That might be come to our advantage.
But it would also take
You'd
time
help
to
them.
check.
Mm.
I would remind that Orion is like very affiliated, by the way, with these lightning rails and stations and all that jazz.
They own them.
As the conductor gets into the next aisling of seats, you know. Unless there's anything else you guys particularly want to do besides let the conductor come up to you.
Cyrus, what about you? Any ideas? Any thoughts? Manic?
Ideas on tickets?
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
I was saying ideas on tickets.
Yeah, I mean, we need more time to look for this individual.
One of us could sneak away, and I have an idea about that, but Saris is probably not going to like it.
Oh, very curious now. I love ideas I hate.
Well,
And you love Fanny.
if he's checking tickets, he's going to have us all accounted for, and if one of us is, not here and sneaking around after, it might draw some suspicion. I happen to be tiny enough and wearing a large cloak. Swaddle me up, she can hold me like a baby. I probably get on for free. He sees none the more. I can sneak off after, and I'm not accounted for.
I mean, we already have tickets now. You mean after we get to our destination?
That could work too.
I mean,
do anything
maybe...
about your? She like gestures to his face. This part to make it look like you could be mine, because you don't really hold up to scrutiny of any kind.
He will kind of give a little snap and cast minor illusion on his face to make his face look like yours.
Okay.
Like this.
That is a stationary illusion, isn't it?
I can be still. My heart will, he will catch himself. He goes, never mind. I can do it. I can play dead.
I don't.
Yeah, but then you might be treated as medical waste and thrown off.
I mean,
That's one
I
way
can
to-
do it. Manic looks like me, kind of.
Panic is going to side-eye you with a confused look.
I mean, I raise you. You know what they say. We kind of look alike, no?
He's going to look directly at Saris. Go, can you explain to him the difference between a goblin and a human?
I mean, if you can't tell, no explain's gonna fix it.
And the conductor is now maybe 1 or 2 cars away from, rows away from you, by the way.
Well, if you guys have no better ideas, I'm gonna go ask around and tell everybody what I need if they want to switch tickets, because we're trying to look for somebody to save our friend. So, unless anybody else has any better ideas.
You just give him the ticket.
I mean, yeah, we have tickets right now. Might as well make them work for us, because
They did cost us a good amount.
Okay.
And he's going to emphasize the word us.
As you finish
Alright.
kind of like thinking on the speech and everything there, he's, the ticket counter comes up, he's a fairly tall, humanoid creature. And he goes, tickets, please. And he holds his hands out to each one of you in your little row. He's going left row first on the map, and then he'll go over to the right. So, Saris, Yami, and Fennec, you're the first to get asked from.
for my ticket.
Yeah, ticket, please.
I'm gonna hand him my ticket.
Friday. Looks like you got a quick little trip. And then he hands it back to each one of you guys. And ticket, please, sir. And he points, as he says this, over to Levin.
I pull my hand up while I'm still seated and wave him on over.
Mhm.
All right. Pardon me. As I hand him the ticket, in a hushed tone, I am in pursuit of somebody I was commissioned by the Sharn Watch to find an individual, half-ogre by the name of Gara. And I give a brief description of what we've been tasked to do. Very low-level information.
Okay. Give me a persuasion type roll, to see how convincing you are.
All right. And just as a board question, who was it that had the writ of authority last? I don't remember.
I think it was you.
Yeah.
You were mech. Okay.
All right. Then I would be producing this writ if I have it on my person while I'm saying this.
Okay. All right. Give yourself advantage for sure. Then.
$15.
Oh, well, I don't know too much about all that going on. I'm just here checking the steerage section of the car, and so I ain't seen no Gara necessarily. But how about this? If you give me a minute, I'll go talk to my buddy up in the earlier section of the carts, and you'll be able to at least get through all the rest of the cars here. But you can't I can't help you with the first class. That's all I know. And I know she ain't in here, at least. I ain't seen no ogre.
No, any assistance is most appreciated. Thank you.
Yeah, give me a few minutes. Maybe we can patch something out. But hopefully we can help resolve this situation. Wouldn't want anything going on in the car.
No. We're not trying to raise any alarms. We're just trying to find the individual.
Right. Okay. Well. And he gives like a kind of like a snap of the fingers with a finger gun to you. He says, "All right, well, I'll give you the signal, and then you're all set to clear out. All right." And then just kind of like walks away as he says that.
Mm-hmm. He walks away, and Levin basically he just wipes the sweat off his brow. I really don't like having to do that.
It's just a crossway giving him a little thumbs up. Looking around this carriage, is there a woman roughly my size in fairly nice clothing?
Give me... No, not quite. There's a bigger woman than you with not like nice clothing, but like average.
All right. I will get up and like peek through. Do the doors have windows between the carriages?
The doors have windows between... Wait, sorry.
As in, can you look through the door?
Is there a door in the door?
Like if you think New York City subway or any type of metropolitan rail, you can typically go between the cars, and the doors themselves may or may not have windows.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Sorry, I was a little confused there. Yes, they have like windows in between the like train door sections.
Yeah.
Correct.
I should have rephrased that. Can I see into the other carriages? That's what I wanted.
It's just obscured because obviously like two windows on each other and yada yada yada. But like it's not a perfect vision. So.
Well, if I step between the cars and like look in, can I get a pretty good view of the other car?
Yeah, you could get like a decent assessment depending on your perception. Which at 14, yeah, you could get like a good view of it.
Okay.
That's your passive perception, just not
Yeah.
accurate.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm still looking for the same thing.
Okay, in the next car, you mean?
Yes, please.
How about this? I'll let you try the roll this time. Give me an evener odds. All right, roll it.
Go. Nah.
No such luck. You see, like in the next car, there's like a couple dwarves and like gnomes in the next area, and so probably not fitting you exactly as you like.
See. So, I was looking in the car to the east. Can I repeat the check to the west?
So you would actually have been looking into the west car because that's the forward car. The west, the eastern car is actually a cargo car. You're in the back car. Yeah, so.
Okay, I understand now. But if I understand it correctly, there are other cars I can access beyond, like, ahead of us before first class.
Yeah, you're basically in like the back of the train at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
You have a long, so.
I was like, all right, I'm gonna stretch my legs. Wait here. And I am going to move on to. Wow, that's fun. Wow, these are long cars. Oh my god.
Yeah.
These things feel like death traps now. Now I'm worried. Believe in the magic. But I'm gonna move on to the next car, pass through it because there's nothing I want, to the following car past that. So I want to be in the second car, or I guess third car in line? I don't know. Whatever's after the one I didn't like.
Let's put it like, you mean in the one that you didn't scout out?
Yeah, the next one to scout.
So let's go piece by piece a little bit, in the sense that also, do we all want to be using this as our rest, or do we want to like be using this as a more active time and everything, just as a group? Because if we're like actively searching and doing a lot of things as a party, then you guys might not be gaining the benefit of a short rest. But I understand that you guys already took it last turn, which would mean that you guys are already an hour into the like train car, right?
Yes, it would be understood that we spent an hour for the short rest. I mean, I guess we could walk around and passively check things, but no, anything intensive would interrupt the rest.
That's what I'm thinking. However, with that you guys already took the short rest, what I'm going to infer is that the dude already gave Levin the signal. You guys rested basically like an hour on the train, so you guys can take freedom of movement at this point. Okay, so use your whatever short rest points you want to do with your hit dice, and I think you guys already did. So let's just keep it moving. And so, would anyone else want to go forward with her, or are we all going to hang out back there?
I'll start strolling through the cars now that I have the go-ahead. And I was informed by the conductor that we would have freedom of movement throughout all but the first-class cars.
Correct.
While I'm strolling through, would I have seen any half-ogre individual as I'm passing through the cars?
Give me a perception.
Well, this is not like actively searching. This is more of like glances as I'm walking through. Passive perception of 17.
Right. And so what I'm asking for is I'm going to give you something a little different than that.
Sure.
So give me the roll real quick, and then because unfortunately you're not going to see any half ogre. However,
22.
during your time, you overhear how a group in the one of the dining cars, which is just like 2 cars in front of you, or at least where you currently are in the back. You hear this one couple talking about, I can't believe that half ogre has a first class ticket. What kind of preposterous situation is this? How could she afford that kind of thing, and blah blah blah. And as you're kind of walking through the cabin of it,
I'm gonna shake my head at what I'm considering is an ignorant response, because people can find success in Sharn, so it all types. It's not like they're specifically discriminated against.
These people seem to.
Hey, that's on them.
So Levin, as you're going through the dining car and you kind of are shaking your head, a red-haired woman turns her seat around and says well, hey, good looking, what are you doing in this train?
Looking at this person who's addressing me, besides the red hair, are there any other notable features? Would I recognize this person offhand?
No, she's a fairly attractive, just human woman. You have nothing else to recognize her by.
Well, I'm making a short trip and hoping things turn out better than my time in Sharn.
Wow. I'm trying to do something the same. And as you kind of notice her eyeing up and down. Tell me, are you having a drink today, or?
Had that been asked of me earlier, I probably would have taken you up on it, but my thoughts are elsewhere and I shouldn't cloud my thinking. I wouldn't be averse to buying you one, though, and I take a seat.
Okay. So she kind of gives a finger up to the bartender and starts ordering a drink. And as that's going on, 1 second, Yami, Fennec, Saris, what are we doing over here?
I believe Saris already went ahead of us. She's on a couple carts ahead.
Yeah.
Okay,
I might have
so
passed through the next car would have been the dining car?
Yep. No, 2 cars in front of that would have been the dining, so.
Okay. So I'm not there yet. I am still on the quest for a woman roughly my size in nice clothes.
Okay. Let me go to Yami and Fennec real quick.
Uh-huh.
You guys going into the next car?
So as I see everybody just wandering off, I'm like, Fennec, let's keep after them because I'm gonna have to save them all again.
I just sat down, but fine. And he will slide. He'll slide out and reluctantly kind of plop himself on the floor with his feet, just kind of that sulking ah.
Yeah, I know. I thought this was gonna be easy ride as well.
I was just gonna start mingling with the passengers, see what I could find out.
I was gonna take a nap, but there's always more work to do. Come on, let's hurry after them.
You can take a nap. There's nothing that I can do to them. No, you should not take a nap and let me wander around until start walking.
Yep, and I'm gonna just go to the next train cart.
So we're going east or west?
West.
So as you guys start entering the next car, everybody else has kind of moved through. In particular, what you guys start hearing halfling coming, like he stands up from around the corner, and you notice he has a big old accordion like on him, and he starts like, and then he starts playing this accordion and singing a song as he starts traveling up and down the cart. And he has like a little sign strapped on his back, and it says like, homeless from the war, please help. And he's like playing like, music going like down throughout the cart, like kind of like looking at people and everything. How do y'all like do this? Or what are y'all doing?
This is easy for me. As a New Yorker, I'm just gonna walk by as if he does not exist.
There you go. Okay.
Minding my business.
Fennec will actually take in his pouch. He'll actually pull out one of the random keys that he has, and he'll place that into whatever the individual is using to like collect money.
Okay.
And he goes, "It's not money, but it could lead to it if you can find what it opens."
You hear him
possibilities, and he's gonna like emphasize like the possibilities are endless.
You see him like look down at the thing, and then he kind of gives like a with his accordion, and he gives some sort of like, he says something in halfling to you. It doesn't sound pleasant, quite frankly. And then he keeps on moving on throughout the cart and playing his music.
So, would Fennec pick up that it didn't sound like a pleasant comment?
I'll leave that up to you. Let's put it like that. How Fennec would interpret that.
Oh no, it's awkward.
Could I roll an insight just for flavor? See how he reacts?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, that's actually probably a prime idea. Saris, we're coming up to you in a moment.
So he got a 6, so he's really gonna be like, I like your enthusiasm.
Yeah.
And then he's gonna like turn and walk and go.
And then keep on going into the dining car with Yami, I'm guessing.
Yep.
Cool. So,
real
Sarah,
quick, do we see Levin on the way there, or no? He already moved on.
I would have taken a seat to strike up a conversation with the lady that addressed me.
Exactly.
So we would have seen you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Spice wise, you're gonna see Levin sitting down talking to her as you start walking into the car. And so I just want to pick up real quick with Saris to see, as she's like kind of already in the middle of the dining car, maybe going into the next one, how she wants to do and everything. Because she would notice that the person that Levin is talking to would fit her bill.
So as we walk by, I'm gonna stop and like backtrack. I'm like, Levin, what are you doing?
I cast my head over my shoulder, looking at Yami, having a conversation.
Aren't we supposed to be doing something?
You see her like twirl her drink in her hand and say, "Some friends of yours?"
Co-workers, in a sense. I turn back to Yami and I say, "You do realize that we're on a railroad. It goes to one location to another. It doesn't take terribly long to get to where we need to go and ask around."
Yeah, but I mean, it's already been like I'm gonna look at. I'm gonna look around like look at the sun. Like it's been an hour. We should already be there. We don't have much time. And you're sitting here talking, gallivanting.
You hear like the sound of the whistle coming in the background, like you guys are about to be pulling into the next station.
Well,
And we have to go get Saris because we don't need her dying on our hands again.
I move to get up from my seat, I look around to see if there's like a scrap of paper or a napkin or something. And
Sure.
I briefly write the address that I have over from my apartment in Sharn. Well, if you're ever back in Sharn. And I slide it over the,
11. Come on, let's go. Love boy.
Suga, I'll be on this train all night if you're here. But if not, she gives you like a little wink and says, maybe I'll catch you on the next ride.
hopefully fortune favors us both then. And
Always
I
favors
start walking
bold.
away.
As they're leaving, I want to slip into the chair that Levin has vacated.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll just smile at her. It's like, hello. I couldn't help but notice we're about the same size. And that makes me want to proposition you.
As you kind of like notice, she like tousles her hair back and it's like, and what would that be?
Couldn't help but notice you have a very nice dress on. How would you like to sell it to me?
Darling, I don't know if you could afford to buy this one.
What's your price?
This piece is an original Courvoisier. It would cost so much in order for you to buy.
But think about the story you could tell about how you sold it on a train. That's got to be worth more.
The only way I could sell it on the train is if a lovely person happened to take it from me, as she kind of raises her eyebrows at you and gives you a saucy little look.
Saris will smile back. It's like, I don't see a problem with that.
But I see her yet from someone.
Saris doesn't quite know what she's doing.
All right, 100 gold, and we can make this work, little elf.
Done and done. Where would you like to make the exchange?
Come with me, as she kind of like takes her fingers and walks ahead. Levin, Yami, and Fennec, you all see this, by the way. Her like going towards the first class cars.
I am holding her hand and following after.
Now another one. What is with you guys?
I wink at Yami as I'm going by. It's like, getting the job done.
And seeing as Sarah's done, I'm pretty sure she made a couple like signs before. I'm like, I'm gonna kind of give her a look. I'm like, this might be one of her little plans. I'm thinking. But now, how are we gonna get it?
Well, if things go well, we shouldn't have to work too hard. And if things go poorly, then...
We work hard?
That is the assumption.
Well, I'm gonna start stretching, like, alrighty then.
Does
Another
that
day.
actually help you?
Yes, it does. It's meditation.
All
So
right,
I can
then.
get my thoughts straight thinking with you guys. But go ahead, Levin. You know,
So,
you seem pretty
as,
talkative, so talk your way in. Sorry, go ahead.
Wait, you're
So
trusting me to talk our way in?
I'm not much of a talker. Unless you want Fennec to talk, and I'm gonna we both look at Fennec.
I can talk. I'm no problem doing that.
I trust in Fennec. Let Fennec give it a go then.
You two remember my encounter over at the apartment with the wonderful old woman that was there, right?
If I recall,
Yeah.
talking didn't do much better, so even playing field.
I think Fennec should do.
I'll give it a shot.
And if anything, I'll back him up. Go ahead, you got this.
Give him some of the old gobble charm.
Oh, by all means, please lay it on thick.
Yes, sir. And he'll give like a half-hearted salute. All right. So Fennec will try to head that direction.
Right behind.
All right. So, Saris, you start getting led through one cart to the next. You pass a lounge car, which has large assortment of seats. It's very comfortable. There's some folks smoking cigars, cigarettes, drinking, and the like. Then the next one, you pass a quiet car, and you get led up into the next one, which the woman presents a special ticket leading into the first class section. And you and her walk into there.
Okay.
Now, before I want to continue further with you, I have to ask what the others are doing in order to try to get through here in this section. Because you are getting led through, whereas the others are going to have to potentially do something to get past this first class ticket holder. You're getting led to a private car, car section and everything. And we're going to go through some more stuff in a moment.
No rush.
Great. The rest of you, though. You walk in, you're following behind them, the group. And as you're going through a lounge car. And then how closely are you guys following, I should ask?
I'm right behind Fennec.
I'll follow closely so that I'll be able to pass the writ from the Sharn Watch over to Fennec as he's talking.
I was just about to say that because we have the writ, don't we? I was gonna whisper to Levin as we were heading through there.
Well, I don't think they'll object to us asking questions of people in first class, provided we're careful.
Okay.
Oh, just you saying handing the writ to Fennec. You sure you want Fennec talking right now?
I think the situation being requested and the unusualness of a goblin making the inquiry would probably make them inclined towards curiosity rather than outright denying us.
If anything, we're your bodyguards, and we're here to make sure you get through.
No, keep it simple. We're simply on commission from the Watch.
All right.
That's
Let's
better.
give it a shot. All right. Fennec takes the writ, rolls it up, and strides on over to if there's a guard or the person manning the door.
Yeah, so as
Be
you get
confident, Fennec.
the next, the first class car, you're maybe like a minute or two behind Saris, and the god goes like, "Ticket, please," and he holds his hand out, and you present him just with the writ.
Hello, sir. Officer Fennec of the Watch here. I need to get into this cart immediately.
Officer of the Watch? Let me see this.
Fennec hands it to him.
Alright, give me a persuasion roll.
I'm like that, and as he says, I'm like that, Sir Fennec to you, and like say it very stern, so like back it up. Back him up.
One mustn't flaunt their title.
Oi. His the other guy next to him puts his hand up to you and says, "You calm down, sir."
Oh my god.
Levin's gonna shake his head. I apologize for the rookie.
Look. We can't just be letting anybody up in the first class. This is private steerage up here. I understand you got a writ and everything here, and from Mr. Who is this even? So and so,
Sergeant Vilroy.
But look, I got a job in House of Rhine. Will have my head on a fucking pike, if I don't just maintain steerage and do my job. So I can't let you through.
Well,
I'm sorry.
would
So
we
you're saying-
perhaps be able to make a couple of inquiries?
Inquiries? I ain't even allowed to go in there myself. I have to stay up here and watch over this car here.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
you
And we have written permission to enter and do as we need in the watch's name, and you are getting in our way. Are you telling me House? What was it? House what?
Orin,
House Orin is above the law.
as a matter of fact, I'm saying that the Shine Watch ain't got no authority over
So-
a train going over
so-
the middle of the Breland.
I'm
so
about to
Fennec.
show you my authority.
Oh no, dears.
I wouldn't recommend it. Recommend that, sir.
Sir, if you would please review the writ. We are
Aye.
here in assistance to House Orion.
Hmm.
I'm gonna put my hand on Fennec's shoulder, like we got this.
So do I.
He starts giving it a second look over. Levin, is there anything else you want to add to that? Or
No, I'm keeping it short and simple. Because any embellishment or elaboration is going to ruin this for him.
okay. What does the writ exactly say, by the way? Just, I want your all's, speech of it. Let me put it like that.
Trying to remember from several sessions ago.
Because I believe it. Oh, it doesn't say just.
No, we had two writs written out. One was for making the inquiries with Cole over at the Cog Carnival, and the second one was for us to be able to inquire who was Alden Diorian over at the Unicorn Estate.
Mm-hmm. That is correct. And to rescue Caden, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And
So,
then-
with regards to that particular haziness, although the writ itself wouldn't have said rescuing Caden,
Mm-hmm.
it would have at least informed us that
Caden bloke.
that would be the son of a dragon-marked heir of the house.
How's Ori? And you notice he kind of gets a little bit jumpy.
No need for alarm. It's we're just trying to follow up on, because the boy is safe, but there are individuals that may have boarded this train that were involved in his removal from his estate.
Wait. Well, I ain't heard none of this. Give me another roll for perception. I mean, not perception, persuasion.
Would this count as having assisted Fennec?
No.
Okay. 1 second then.
Fennec's roll would have, if anything, given you
11.
disadvantage.
Oh, it might have been a straight roll if it was intimidation.
Well, look. You know what I'll do is I'll send somebody ahead to go look and see if there's anybody in the car. This Caden folk and everything, because we'll be able to take control of the situation. We can't just
Well,
let anybody go. Why don't you go check the
person we're
rest of the
hoping
town?
the person we're hoping to inquire, it would be a half ogre by the name of Gara.
All right, we'll take a look.
I would appreciate it. And he'll step away from the doors.
All right. And with that,
The writ, please.
oh, righto. And he hands you the writ back and everything. And with that, we are going to take our intermission, guys.
Oh, perfect. Ooh, thank you.
And we're back. Thanks, guys, for holding in with us. Remember, if you go to dicelegion.com, put into the code player POTR, and you can get 10% off your dice. It'll help the channel. It'll also help you. Well, we last left off. Saris is in a promiscuous situation, and the rest of them are in a sidecar. So let's pick up with Saris, because quite frankly, the boys don't sound that interesting to me. So, Saris,
Yes.
you're getting led into one of the first-class cars. Let me pull this up real quick. And what I love about Foundry is that I can pull individual characters into this, and I hope that the everyone else can see this too.
Mm-hmm.
I say this just because blah blah blah. So I'm not gonna pull her thing out. Just imagine her with you, blah blah blah, as you're walking down the hallway down to
Am I
here.
supposed to be on another map?
Oh, my fault.
Aha! Okay.
Boom, you're here.
I'm here. And I'm going down the hallway?
Yep, to the second door on the right.
Okay.
I'm just pulling the other guys in here so they can follow along a little bit.
Well, we're not in the scene yet, and we still had shared vision, so we see what she was doing.
I hear you. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, no worries. Still new with this whole Foundry thing, all
That's
that
fine.
jazz. I'd rather you guys be able to watch everything than not. Yeah, so Saris, you get to walk in there with her as
Okay.
she gives a little sultry vibe and everything.
I sort of give her a snarky, confident grin back.
Mm-hmm.
Half waiting for her to try and club me over the head and knock me out.
Mm-hmm.
What's
Go ahead.
the room look? What's the room look like? Saris is kind of looking around. She doesn't really. I don't think she's ever been in a first class anything. So
It's a really nice room. It's the two beds together are like a double side, king size bed. And over here is a bar cart with a lot of drinks, mixers, yada yada. You see a couch, newspaper and table set, as you can see on the map, and then a bathroom over to the right side of the cart. And it's a pretty nice, setup overall. As you're hanging out, the woman goes over to, oh shoot, my fault. Goes over to the bar cart and starts mixing up drinks. And she says, "What would you like, Saris?"
hand on a dagger. I don't believe we've been properly introduced. You seem to have me at a disadvantage.
She finishes pouring the two drinks and says, and then as she finishes pouring the two drinks, she takes a sip from one of them herself and says, "You're correct. We haven't met, but I'm a part of the guild that wants to meet you."
I'm less interested in that dress now.
Oh, the dress should be the least interesting thing you could look at right now. And she kind of gives a little hip swaggle and everything.
She sort of half notices is what she's really eyeing is the door to this room and debating how long she could risk staying here before it's time to move on.
Don't worry about that, she says. She says, look, we've been watching you for a while now. And we just want to know if we're all on the same page. You've been stealing things left and right. As she says it like slow and methodically and everything at like, with a very tempered pace.
Mm-hmm. Like I'm an idiot.
But we would like to make you a part of our system, if you can catch my drift. You've been in charge for a long time now, for a short time, but you made it very good for yourself.
I do alright.
She takes a swig back and says, indeed you do. And I hope you can make it even better for yourself.
A
I
number
hope
of ways that can happen.
Look, hon, I hope that we can make, that you and us can make ourselves very profitable.
She's not with a dragon marked house, is she? Am I getting Dusk vibes from her?
No,
Oh, crap.
she's a regular human. Yeah, she's like just a regular old human, and as like you're kind of like thinking that, she comes up closer to you and says, we have been watching you for a long time, as she like strolls her finger down your chest and like, the rest like all the way down to your hip. But
Mhm.
we just want to know if you'll work with us or not. And then she kind of like backs off and goes back to the bar cart and pours herself the rest of her drink. You don't have to give me an answer now. Don't worry, hon.
Let me ask this. 2 questions. First off, who is we? If you want me to work for you, you should probably know who it is you want me to work for.
The we will come with time, as she like gives a loose beckon with her cup and everything. Just be on the lookout for our signal, you could say. Now, if I am correct, and she gives like a long pause as she like kind of like swirls her little drink around. I believe you have something else you need to do.
Yeah, and that would have been my second question. I have companions that need to get this side of that door. Would you be able to get them through as well?
She kind of like looks down at the ground and gives you like a little smirk and says, no, I cannot do that. You will have to figure that out yourself. As she kind of laughs a little bit about it. I have given all I can, and quite frankly, I do not care about whatever else thing that you are doing, other than getting the end results. And this is humorous for me. I'm sorry.
I get that. So, how about this? To improve my consideration of your offer, how about we swing back around to the original purpose, and you give me that dress?
Oh, for what? And she kind of like puts her hand on her chest and everything. Wow.
Don't be cross. I need to fit in, and no dress is the easiest way to do it.
She gives you a look and says, it'll still be 100.
Fine. And I will pull out 100 gold and toss it over to her.
Pragmatic as always. That's what we thought. And she strips in front of you and throws the dress towards you.
I probably admire the Ceres is flustered, and she
Go
will
on.
sort of look
Just
around
dress
and look
yourself.
away.
Go
She will
on.
look at her, look away, look at her, look away, it's sort of like indecisively. But when she gets the dress, she will sort of turn to the side and strip off and put the dress on as quickly as possible. I assume I now have a fine dress.
Yes, you do.
Yay!
Let's go on. Find your friends. We'll be in touch, Saris.
Just out of curiosity, love, is there a name I can call you?
Look for me as Echo.
Cute. Like it.
You can always find me in a cave.
Good to know. And I will saunter out in the dress, and basically take on the air of someone who belongs where they're at.
Cool. As you exit the car, you'll notice there's like a couple dudes, like with, like guard attire, looking into each of the cars.
Mm-hmm.
And as they go through past this car in particular,
Yes.
they all of a sudden like start talking to each other, and then they keep rushing past you, and then like even before you're like all the way back to the door, they're rushing back to the door that you're going towards, probably.
Before I go back towards that way, I'm gonna go towards the western door.
Okay.
And basically just gonna take a moment to look into the next carriage car over and see if I can spot our half ogre.
No. The next passage car over, as you look in through the doorway, is like the crew car.
Okay. Is the first class car to the east?
You're currently in the first class car.
Okay. Got it. I'm going to just casually walk back towards the door where my companions are going to be and take a moment to just listen at this door here, the next one over, and see if I can hear anybody on the inside.
Tell me how stealthy you are, and then give me a stealth check.
As stealthy as possible. I assume there are carpeted floors. I'm going to utilize that.
Correct. What I ask is, are you being like, like, how can I describe this? Like a normal person coming up to the door and then putting your ear to it versus like, creeping up to the door and then putting your ear to it or something like that.
More important that I look like I fit in, so I would probably just sort of make a little bit of a show of like looking at the door like I wanted to knock on it, and then pause for a moment, and then go through a little bit of an act of like debating, and then just kind of casually put my ear as if I'm unsure if I want to knock on the door or not.
Deal. Give me a stealth and then a perception check, please.
Okay.
Fennec, Yami, and Levin get ready to come in, by the way.
Here goes nothing.
Saris is obviously coming to get you.
And then you said perception?
Indeed. Ooh, a 20. Son of a girl.
But never. I suck at perception.
What's funny is that it showed on my thing like a 19 for the dice roll, and it just says a 7, and it's like, wow, terrible.
Welcome to being Fennec.
That tracks.
Fennec lifestyle. Hope you're ready for the profit. So,
Good times.
Paris, what you notice is that you're not quite able to hear into the car due to the glass and everything. It's like kind of like soundproofed a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like surmise, it's being an upscale class car. But you can read that like that Gara in there, in that there's a half ogre in there, is like like doing something and all that jazz. Like she's like kind of shuffling around the room, like moving about, like but mostly hanging around the couch. That is on the current map. You didn't get noticed and everything, and so you can continue on going through your day. But that's all you get.
Fair enough. I am going to, at this point, see if I can get my friends in here.
Okay.
I am, going to walk up to the door. Is anyone there? Other
At
than
the
them.
door. Shit.
I guess not.
I'm sorry. No, something else.
No. I am going to assume it's good luck on my part.
No, you're good.
Yay.
So the rest of the car is not right there. Unfortunately, they're like, as you kind of like go through, or as you kind of like, I should say, as you look into the next passage, they are like hanging. They just walked back, talking to the guards, and they're about to take their seats in the rest of the train car.
Okay. I will. Do this. I will walk up to the ticket person, and it's like, "Oh, hello. I have need of that person over there," and I will point to Levin.
Does he got a ticket?
No, I need to have a conversation with him in a discreet manner where I know my privacy is going to be respected.
Well, your
You know how
privacy.
the other-
Well, your privacy isn't my thing. But if your friend ain't got a ticket, we can at least let just one of them through. But don't think that you can let any more than that.
No, of course. I just needed to have a chat with them. So very hush-hush.
Because
Dragon
quite
Ball business.
frankly, I remember that you came in with one of your friends and everything, and so I respect you and all that, but I can't just be letting folk through willy-nilly.
I agree completely. I don't want to... Honestly, I do not want to ruin the environment in this car with all of that rabble. And if I did need to talk to this one in particular, I wouldn't even let him in.
All right. Go wave him in.
And I will sort of just stand at the door, open it up, and wave to Levin, like we'll wave Levin over.
I'll nod and turn to Yami and Fennec.
Also, you'll all notice she's wearing a very nice dress now.
Levin
Like,
barely
who's
acknowledges that.
woman? I'm like, who is that woman? Why she look like Saris?
Look, one of us has an inn. Do you think you two can manage?
If anything, we'll just rush in, just call for help, and give us a signal.
Well, that fills me with such joy. Look, if nothing else, just, I don't know, climb on top of the car and go in through a window or something.
Not a bad idea.
And he's going to casually walk through towards Saris.
You get let in.
And I will make a note of saying, Constable, thank you for showing up. It's very glad you're on board and could make the trip. This way, please.
And I'll silently follow.
Yep. And I will start walking. Actually, I will walk probably all the way around to the end of the car and around the corner. Because that looks like a spot that we can chat in.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, alright, I've narrowed it down to not the room next to us, but the room furthest east on this carriage car is where our target probably is.
Levin's going to nod.
And I think they're keyed up for some reason or another because they're moving around their room.
Well, it's a private car. I'm assuming that unless somebody tipped them off, they don't even know that we're here.
Well, how many people have you told that we're looking for?
2.
So they probably know we're coming.
All I've told them was that there was a person interested in making an inquiry. Whether or not they chose at their discretion to embellish that is not something I could control.
Okay.
That said, how is Saris looking right now towards, to Levin? Because he has no idea what has gone on. Do you still look flustered?
No, she's all business now. She's not thinking about that.
Up to her to say, quite frankly. So, yeah.
No, that's quite all right. That's why I asked.
Yeah, she's not like blushing or anything like that. She seems maybe a little distracted by the dress itself, but otherwise, same old Saris.
Typically, that type of dress goes with heels. Just be careful you don't trip on it.
It's long enough to hide my boots.
Fair. So you're saying the next one over?
Yes. First door from where we entered, or second door going towards the east. Whichever's more confusing, really.
Right. So, do we handle this politely, or do we be a little less polite?
I could knock on the door and see if they're in and willing to entertain. Lots of people seem willing to entertain today.
I kind of gathered that. Being randomly propositioned by people in a steerage car.
You'd be surprised.
No, I really wouldn't. And he's gonna walk on past.
Mm-hmm. And she will follow. I love this part.
Really quick, I want to pop over to Yami and Fennec. It's like, you guys. Yeah, I wish you could see me on video too. But next week we can do that. For sure. So, what are you guys doing as you guys are kind of hanging out in the next to first class car? As well, I should say this: as you guys are hanging out for probably like a while, somebody comes up to you and goes and says, "Would you like anything to drink?" You know, one of the server people. Can I get you anything?
Actually, yeah, you can. What would you like, Fennec?
You know, a nice cup of tea would be nice.
Make that 2.
Gives you a little bow, the human, and says, "Will do in a moment." And so it's probably been like now, like she comes back and hands you the tea.
Wait,
and
wait,
it's been like,
real quick, right before she takes off, I'm gonna look
Yeah.
at Fennec like, Fennec, you're pretty sneaky, right?
Who's asking?
Yami, I'm asking. It's me and you right now.
Oh, sorry. Can't be too careful. Yeah, I can get around.
Can you turn invisible by chance?
By society's standards or magic?
Both.
Yes and no. No to the invisible magic, yes to society.
I say we follow her and snag a couple of employee uniforms, sneak into first class. What do you say?
I knew I liked you and am proud to have been raised by you. You're starting to think like a goblin. Let's go. And he just gets up and starts moving.
So we kind of like want to
to
tail her
Jokes.
stealthily. Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Fennec will start like moving a little like quietly behind her, like looking around, but like watching his steps and whatnot.
okay. So she's going to the car behind you guys, by the way.
So the one we came from?
Yeah. But is that what you guys might have noticed was one of the crew, like they had a like what do you call it, like a concierge section and everything in that car.
Mm-hmm.
Like where the people go and like refresh the drinks, get all the beverages from and everything before they move on and everything, you know, because in the next car, that's like the dining car. So it has like the bar, the lounge, all that kind of jazz
Okay.
and everything. So that's where she's headed towards.
Okay.
So we'll follow her to the little refreshing area. I'm like, all right, Fennec. I'm sorry. All right. I'm sorry. Were you talking? I didn't mean to cut you off.
No.
Oh, okay. So we're gonna follow her to like the crew, like the refreshment area, and as like she walks back out or whatever, you know, when it's all clear, I'm like, Fennec, go check in there, see if there's any outfits. I'll keep watch, and if I knock 3 times, that means hide or get the hell out.
Okay. Okay. Fennec will go.
Yeah. Just so give me an investigation check to see how fast you can do this and everything.
All right. One. Normal roll.
Pardon?
Normal roll.
Yes, because Yami is gonna have to give me a perception roll in order to see about his like, you know, vibing everything out.
Okay. It's a 16.
Okay, nice. Yeah, you may. So you're able to find like some clothes and everything that you'd be able to like sneak into and everything. Yami, though, give me a perception check to see what's going on around you.
Did mine pop up in the chat? Yes, it did.
You guys are all clean at the moment. And so, Yami, you would realize you probably have about like 5 minutes to change clothes and everything. And like get changed out and everything with like between you and Fennec.
All right, so I'm gonna bust open the door real quick. Like, Fennec, we gotta hurry up. Do quick. Do you find anything?
Yep, gonna hold up like 2 outfits. Got them right here.
We got
I'm
about
sorry,
like 4.5 minutes. Let's do this. Come on, let's go. I'm gonna give him like the brother ones that goes, and we're gonna do a changing montage.
Yeah.
To know, are they wearing bow ties as part of the
Well,
uniform?
Yeah, what's this uniform look like?
No, so what I was actually wondering is, did they put on the technically wrong like outfits, like with skirts versus pants and everything, being that they're like gendered whatever. So I don't know, but I'm
I'll have
assuming
on. I guess I'll put on a dress. Mine will be
Oh my
a
God.
dress outfit.
I was just yeah, okay, cool. I just meant that as a thing, but
I'm gonna look at Fennec like, that's alright. We'll make this work.
I know.
So now we gotta grab some drinks. Let's go to the bar, grab some drinks, and then we're gonna say that's for first class. But we need to get some high-end drinks, no swill.
Fun.
Cool. As you're approaching the bartender, he says, like, "Are you? Oh, the new people. Oh, I knew we were getting some new people on the cart today, and everything. What do you all need? Like,
Special order, first class.
I'm like, yes, please. And I'm looking at Fennec like, give him like a scowling look, like,
he goes, like, please, you don't need to put on airs. What do you need? Save that for the customers." As if he's heard that all before and everything.
what would be like a
Cringes
very
from the board.
expensive? What would be a very expensive drink that I would know of that would obviously like common enough to be here?
Do this from. Give me a straight intelligence check, because and Fennec, you can apply this too, because what my inclination is that like you guys have kind of lived a certain lifestyle, not around like bars, right? Or how much is that?
No. Not really. We was more. Well, Fennec was more library. I was out and about in the woods doing some monster hunting.
Right. And so maybe what my inclination is off of those roles is that you guys have heard some things that sound fancy, so you ask for a flaming salamander. And it sounds like really fancy and everything, but then as you see him like pouring it, it's just like a bit of liquor with then all of a sudden some like red fruit juice as he like pours it on over top. And then he goes like, "Oh well, I guess those first classers like those sugary drinks, right?" As he you guys.
We needed 1 flaming salamander. We needed 2 low midnights.
Oh, shit, my bad. Okay. Yeah, then he like fixes them up, dashes them up, and puts them in front of him. So like, all right, cool, yeah.
I'm looking at
Hey.
Fennec and give him a nod of approval, like,
Just remember, at the end of the night, we all like split the tips and everything. Cool. And he like gives you a wave as he like goes off to deal with another set of customers.
Split the tips.
Yeah, you
Who
can
do
have all
I forget. Who do I go to collect my share?
I'm gonna go like this, smack my forehead, like, Nick, we have a mission to do. Come on, hurry up.
I'm
Thank
getting
you, sir.
paid. And Fennec will like out of the corner of his mouth. I'm getting paid for my services.
We'll get to that later. All right, thank you, sir. Come on, let's go. And then we're gonna like try to rush through to the next cart where the first class door was.
Fennec grabs the tray and is like holding a head level to keep it up higher.
Like this.
He's just like,
Wait. Whoa. Wait a minute. Is you guys like coming up to the first car?
What happened? I'm sorry, you got cut out.
Don't I know y'all? Is the guy who's like the guard for the first class card says? So don't we? Wait a minute. No. No, you guys couldn't be. How the
Nope.
hell would they hire the same fucking people, right?
No,
All right, you
not a
Come on
chance.
now.
go on
We have
in.
work to do.
You know, us goblins all look the same. It's a bad social stereotype, but you know, I live with it. I go to therapy.
You're right. You're
Are you
right.
judging me and my looks? How dare you?
No, you're right. I can't be goblinoid. As you like then
Goblinist?
like yeah,
We're only human. Now get the door. My hands are a little preoccupied.
yeah.
We're already
He-
late.
He lets you guys in.
I'm gonna whisper to Fennec as we get in. I can't believe this worked.
That was close.
See, this is why we're the best team.
Can always use goblinoidism to get people to feel bad. It's a gift, and he'll start walking in with the tray.
All right. So where is everybody at? So at this point, what I imagine is that Levin and Saris have just started like walking back down the corridor, and the other two have just walked into the scene, like into the car carriage, just for like yada yadas.
Oh, fantastic. They're appropriately dressed.
And we have drinks.
Oh, good. You could knock on this door and say service then.
Just trying to determine how well Yami is wearing the dress and if it's better than she's wearing hers.
I'm gonna be like, huh?
Right. Fennec
Was
will
like a-
knock on the door. Room service.
As you give a knock. Actually, yeah, okay, yeah, you just give a knock and everything. Sorry, I was thinking of like the shave and a haircut. Like a little knock. But so you give a knock and you say room service and everything, and as you enter the room, you notice that the half ogre like sits up from the couch and says like, "What? I didn't hear no room service. What do you mean?"
Complimentary, dear.
Yes, complimentary to one of the first class guests.
Wrong door, Fennec. You went the right one the first time.
That one. Listen.
Wow. That's a little bit big.
Not for you, ma'am. Wrong drink. Come on, let's go. As we leave to the next room.
That's a big bitch.
That's huge.
Language guys, remember. I'm sorry that I cursed earlier, but we can't.
Sorry.
That's a big thing.
Yeah, there we go.
Comparatively
let's
speaking to Fennec.
we have to keep it YouTube.
That just means we don't have to say it within the first 10 seconds of the video.
No. They
Oh
they
dang, I see what you meant, Fennec. Dang.
Whoa,
Alright.
whoa. Wait. So remember, Fennec enters the room and is like giving drinks around, right? So how are you doing this?
Complimentary drinks of the cot, sir, ma'am. Puts the tray down. Flaming salamander and 2 low midnights. Just for you.
What the? I didn't order it. How could I be getting this lucky and everything?
You may not have ordered it, but you look like someone who has good taste.
Dang right you are, you little goblin. Just remember, if you ever need the task, you got us.
The who?
As she goes over and pounds one of them down in front of you.
Wait, ever need the who?
The task.
Us.
Alex, making friend. I appreciate that, but I'm just a humble servant.
Then then you can get your little goblin butt out of here.
Not that
Is
humble.
she?
I didn't say
Real quick.
humble. I said little
Sorry.
goblin ass out of here.
Can I knock on the door?
Real quick, would Cyrus and Levin have told us everything on the way to this person's room? Just like what's the 411?
What'd they have?
Like basically like this is the person we're looking for. That's why we're here.
I mean, yeah, I would have pointed out like this room is the one.
Yeah,
like
we
she's in
would
here,
have given you the
basically.
heads up.
Okay, I just want to make sure. And this half ogre's alone.
From what you can see, yeah.
I'm gonna look around, and I'm like, guys, it's all clear. And I'm taking off my dress. I'm like, surprise, mother lover.
What do you
So you say surprise, mother lover, and
Yeah, and I'm drawing my sword.
Fennec is face palming hard.
let's initiate combat then.
This is the person we're looking for, right? And why ask questions?
I
We
don't
only have
think-
so much
fine.
time before they come looking.
Are we trying to kill them?
I mean, I wasn't. I was just gonna knock them out. But we have one way or another. But here we are now.
Right. Oh, initiative. Initiative.
Woo! The dice gods are on my side today. Thank you.
Yeah, so go and roll.
Okay. Terrible. Yeah, Fennec has probably the hardest face palm you've ever seen going on right now.
Do I hear surprise, mother lover through the door?
Yep. You do. Oh no, you all do hear surprise, mother lover.
Mac would have been so
Oh.
proud of me if he was here today.
Indeed. Oh no.
So I think we just need Levin.
11.
That's a little hard for me to do because I'm not in the combat tracker.
Really?
Have you rolled initiative?
There you go. You should be there.
I'm not last.
No, it's fine. Levin was going to wait until everybody went anyway, because, woof.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's Levin's style, right? You know, he's
Part of me can see Levin just lighting up a cigarette right now while this all happens inside the cart, waiting
Not
on
in
the
wo-
hallway.
Not in work
Cigar.
mode.
Actually,
Cigar.
that would be really cool if Levin. Well, no, Levin is a smoker like that. I forgot. So, like, yeah, he would be just like smoking up.
No, he wouldn't. He's in work mode.
Oh, right.
Okay.
No
So-
smoke, no drink.
Is it safe to assume that he'd let out a shh, sh tub?
And give himself away? Not yet.
I feel like it's more of a deep sigh. Like, you ever
Sure.
seen that
He cringes from the void.
is the combat trigger up? Yes. Give me a second. Take a sip of my water.
You are up, by the way.
Sorry about that. I was drinking some water. Alrighty. So with that being said, how is this is a large creature? I'm assuming.
Yes.
Hmm?
However, yeah, it's not as big as the token gives off, but it is a large creature.
Alrighty. So I'm coming in, and I'm taking out my draw. As I'm running in, I'm gonna draw my great sword, And I'm gonna take a good swipe. And before you even, I got a 15. Does that hit? Actually.
1 second. I believe it does, though.
I'm sorry, you said no.
No, I said I believe it does, though.
Oh, okay. So I'm sorry about that.
It does.
Sweet. And with that, I'm going to roll the damage. 10 slashing.
Cool. So
And
she's gonna take the 10, and then as a reaction,
Goodbye.
she's gonna go, "You little fricks," and she's gonna throw the table like up towards you. And let's see, the table is big enough to hit both Fennec and Yami. So if you both could make me a strength save.
Oh, that's not good.
Question: has combat initiated?
Yeah, it didn't for you.
I'll try refreshing.
You are in it.
No, I'm in it. It's just a matter of like I'm not seeing people progressing through turns.
Well, I mean, this is literally Yami's first turn, so. And then we are using reactions. So I see
Ready?
Fennec's roll, and Yami, what did you roll? Sorry, I didn't see it.
a 7, which is above Fennec's. I'm surprised Fennec, how his strength saving throw is way better than mine.
Hey, you know,
Just like Levin's persuasions are better than mine.
You know what? It's like he almost threw the table into you, and Yami, you get smashed by the table, and
Oof.
3 damage is coming at your way from it.
Wah, 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 wah.
Indeed. But otherwise, that is the end of your turn, unless you have anything else, because that was a reaction.
Let me see. Nope. I'm all good to go.
All right. So, Saris, I believe it is your turn.
Good times. Everything's fine. I assume as I'm like opening a door, I see a table flying across the room and Yami getting thrown on his ass.
Well, no, not Yami. You see Fennec, I believe, getting thrown on his turn.
No, Fennec got an 18 on the strength save.
Oh, sorry, by mistake.
It was me.
Correct. You saw Yami getting thrown across the room by like a table being thrown at him.
Yep. Okay. I'm just like, I see that as the door opens. I look over at Levin's like, there we go again.
Right.
And then I am going to dash across the room. And there's this woman who's dressed in like a fine dress. Then she's like runs across the room and then she turns around and is like, all right, Gara, stop fighting and you may just survive this experience. The Dusk have betrayed you and they set you up to be a patsy and we're here to get you out. Because to us, you're more valuable alive than dead to the Dusk. And I don't know, maybe I can convince her to just surrender? That's my action. I'm gonna try and convince her that.
Give me a roll. Let me see that persuasion. I like it overall.
Yeah, it's
Persuasion, wouldn't that just be a straight up lie?
I mean, so I wouldn't see that as a deception roll necessarily versus a persuasion in the sense that you're trying to like persuade the person to believe you versus like deception kind of is a little bit of a different thing in my book. But if you would like to do the other way around, then by all means,
you're gonna let me roll persuasion. I'll take that.
yeah.
Here goes nothing. Oh shit. Rolled a 20.
So after the table gets thrown and everything, you know, shoot her or nothing. She's going to go, what are you like? And she's going to point like directly at you, you know, with one of her like massive like fingers and say like, and what do you know about all this? You little elf. Before I come in and grind your little bones.
Do I have time to respond?
Yeah, you give me one response real quick.
Okay. I know that we want you alive, and we're about the only ones to do right now. That's all I say.
Let's see what she thinks. No. She don't like it. Sorry.
That's fine.
You notice like she kind of like furls her brow, especially now that it's her turn. Or I'm guessing because it's the end of your turn now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I will.
Cool. And she's gonna go like, I don't want your deal. And Yami, since you are right there,
Yep.
you're getting swung at by a battle axe.
Oh, how fun. Oh, how fun it is.
Well, an 8 does not hit, I believe. So you're easily able to dodge over it. You know. Pardon?
No, I was just laughing at as she swung. I was like, ha!
Yeah. Like jumping over it. And then Fennec, it is your turn.
Alright. He... No deal, huh? He will then cast Chill Touch. And it'll kind of be like, no deal, huh? Well, have it your way. Then we'll 23 to hit.
Hits.
That would be 1 necrotic damage.
Mm-hmm.
So he'll say, no deal, huh? And then he'll cast, us service workers really are underappreciated. And that will. He will actually back up a little bit and kind of hop on the bed and end his turn.
All right. So as you hop up onto the top of the bed, oh boy, you know, that just is how it is. Fennec,
Yes.
I believe that with that roll of a 21, you feel a bow like an arrow shoot into the back of you.
Okay.
Give me a Constitution save, by the way. You do suffer 1 point of damage,
7.
and you feel like something is pumping through your blood. Do you have any immunities or resistances to poison?
I am checking that right now.
Cool.
Don't believe so. But give me. Wait. No.
Cool. So you will take some damage from poison. Whoops.
Okay.
What is the poison rule? So what is the poison rule real quick for damage? You become poisoned.
If the stat block doesn't have any riders to it,
Mhm.
then there is no poison damage.
It's
The
just a
poison's
conditional
condition
effect.
might be the effect.
What? Sorry?
If the stat block doesn't say poison damage, then there isn't poison damage. It might simply just be applying the condition.
That is silly and weird.
Not really. Drought poison doesn't deal poison damage, and it knocks people out.
Boo. If the saving throw is the result 5 or lower, they fall. Oh wow! So they fall unconscious. So
Ooh, just made it.
yeah, you just made it apparently. Okay. Another creature's action, they shake it awake. Blah blah blah. All right, cool. So yeah, you made it. So you felt a random bolt smack you in the back, Fennec. You take
He's
one
gonna
damage.
whip his head around.
And Levin, it is your turn.
1 point, you said?
Yep.
Levin's gonna walk in. Big Ogre Fennec is wincing from getting shot.
Yep.
He's gonna ready his crossbow and plug the sprite.
Go ahead and try.
Saying I'm blocked by a wall.
I don't know why, quite frankly.
Let me just make the roll straight then. 17 to hit. 16 to hit.
16 does. Roll your damage.
8 piercing.
He dies. Tell me how you do it.
Literally, the bolt is probably the size of the body. I'm assuming this is like a 50 cal round going through a horse.
Yeah, just about. Okay, cool.
But I'm gonna
Yeah,
follow up with a shot for using my bonus action against the half ogre in the room.
Mhm.
Like battle axe at the ready, table flipped, Yami injured. Yeah, things went south.
Right.
That'll probably miss. Yeah, 9.
Yeah, the 9 misses. Sorry.
And
What am I sorry? I'm not sorry at all. Who cares? That's your problem. not mine.
then for my item interaction, I'm simply going to close the door behind me. Because
Okay.
I don't want noise leaving this room if I can help it.
Cool. Dealio. So, by the way, you guys do get a minute to kind of like converse, give some talking points real quick if you would like. I do want to give that to you guys, so please take advantage.
Take
I'm
her
gonna
alive.
scream, dead or alive,
Same.
as I'm swinging my sword, or about to.
Well, so remember, this is like, you doing this.
Yeah.
Like, not just you doing this, but like, you this is more of a meta conversation for you guys.
Right.
Fennec won't care about the ogre as long as the sprite who shot him in the ass died.
Alive it is.
And Levin's thinking, speak with dead exists for a reason.
So we're nuking her?
No,
No,
that's just what Levin's thinking. If he's seeing that you guys are trying to subdue rather than kill, he's not going against that.
Okay.
He just sees active threat.
Got it.
Yep. So alive it is. I'm good to go.
Same.
Good to go.
Alright. Well then, with that, let's keep it going.
All right. So, how is the ogre looking?
So,
Like health wise, like she's looking a little hurt. Pretty good, healthy.
I would say this in that she got hit by a couple things, and so not like great, but at the same time, not like dying.
Okay, so that's good to know. So that means I can whack her up a few more times. With that, I'm going to take another swipe with my great sword. So give me 1 second. I am going, before you say anything, I'm gonna use my channel divinity. Which, when you make an attack roll, you can use channel divinity to gain a plus 10 dice roll bonus to the roll after the roll, but before knowing the result. So, I'm gonna use my channel divinity to roll an extra d10.
Is that a D10 or is it simply a plus 10?
It's a plus.
Does it say plus?
Yeah,
oh,
straight
then,
plus
alright.
10.
Oh, okay, so then I get, it'd be a 15 then for my roll. Sorry about that, I misread that. 'Cause I
15
the
for your
dice
roll.
there.
Your total is 9. That would make it a 19.
You rolled. Yeah.
Oh, 19. Sorry about that.
Yeah, you rolled a 5 plus 4.
Oh, yeah, I forgot that. Yep, I'm sorry, math is not mathing for me. But, yep, so 19
It's late.
that hit.
Okay. So, sorry, what was the number again?
19.
19 hits.
But that's my channel divinity, so I can't use that again. And I rolled a 5 damage. That's not great either. But it's alright.
Okay, cool. Hey, not bad, not bad.
We're trying to subdue, not tickle.
Sounds like you're more trying to.
And-
It sounds to
Yeah,
me more like you're trying to tickle than subdue, even.
Tickle contest. Alright, yeah, so with that though, I'm not moving. That's my attack. I can't use any of my bonus actions, and I am finished.
Coolio.
All right. Which of my companions is looking very harmed? Or worst? Who looks the worst?
This is why I give you guys a minute before the combat starts. But go ahead.
Fennec's at about half.
Fennec took
Okay.
1 damage. Nobody else has been hurt this yet.
Me, but not much though. Don't worry about me. I'm looking pretty healthy.
Okay. All right. I'm not gonna worry then.
Yeah. Levin's Levin. Don't worry.
Right. I am going to cast Toll the Dead on her.
Ooh.
I think it's
Okay.
just... Oh, wait. It's... I need to hit this, then... Oh, Foundry, why are you so weird?
Oh, Foundry, oh, Foundry.
DC 12? I guess it would be. DC 12 Wisdom save.
Coolio. Yeah, I know how to do this. A 4! She's not very wismatic.
Ismatic.
That should be a D12 because they've taken damage. So instead of a 3,
Mhm.
a 1. Mm.
Cool! So only a 1 of instead of a 3? Nice.
I hate this.
No, I'll give you the 3.
The
at
bells,
least.
the bells cracked.
The bells did not toll for thee, as we say.
That's fine. Should have stuck with my
Oh.
crossbow.
Hence Metallica. Wait a minute, why did we get rid of this thing? She's not dead. What the fuck is going on?
And
Hey,
that's my
language.
turn.
Yeah, this is what
Oh,
I
she's
do.
dead. Cool. We did it.
Right
No,
click
okay.
toggle combat state.
Yeah, it's what we call Mortal Kombat saves, and what she's doing is called throwing shit around. I mean, throwing things around. Sorry, and jumping out the window. So
She's jumping out the window of a moving train?
yeah,
So she wants to die. Okay.
well, fine.
Or
The train's actually only
She's
going
simply trying to escape and might be climbing.
The train is also only going 30 miles an hour. It's not
That's a
like
fatal speed.
Is there enough time for me to jump after her?
it's not like a bullet train speed, which is like 120 miles an hour, for instance, which would be like
Sure.
crazy speed.
I would ask, have you ever leapt from a car moving at 30 miles per hour and tell me how safe you feel when you do that? But sure.
No, but I have gone 30 miles an hour myself as like a person.
Projectile?
Yeah. So
I was gonna say yeah. I've been in a situation as such, so I know what 30 miles feels like.
Same, I got launched
Uh,
up. Jet ski.
about
There's
to go
a reason I have
skydiving
leather
also.
jackets.
I can't- about to
I
go.
got hit by a car going 30 miles per hour.
No, you got to go ghost riding the whip in order for that to happen.
Oh dear heavens.
But anyways, is there enough time for me to jump after her?
So
Get to your
first of
turn.
all, she does have to make a roll, like, because mind you, this isn't just like she just automatically like succeeds. So like, I see what I did wrong. I accidentally turned her off. So let's see if she even makes a save. Ooh, wow. So you notice as she like tries to get away, she like goes to jump out the window because she's like bloodied and battered, and she pile drives past everybody and like jumps out, and she like falls through the window, and she like falls back like like 4, 5, 6, 7 seconds, and it like is barely holding on to like the end of the next car.
Inquiry. Does Yami get an attack of opportunity for her leaving his area?
Totally. Yeah. I'm just.
And I can't grapple, right?
Yeah, she's just. I mean, yeah. So that's what is going on at the moment.
Would I be able to grapple her as a attack of opportunity?
No, because that's not an attack of an opportunity. So.
Alright, no, so that's problem. So I'm gonna use non-lethal and I'm gonna swipe at her with my greatsword.
Cool. I mean, yeah, like.
I don't want to kill her. I'm gonna try to turn my sword flat and just whack the shit out of her if I can. I mean, excuse my language. Sorry about that.
So you hit.
Come on, dice. Don't fail me there. 8.
You do a serious blow at her as she's like jumping out the window, but she's still able to like grab onto the next trail car behind you guys.
Ah, whack. Alright.
And Fennec, you're up.
So she is not in the cart?
Nope.
Okay. Oops. Fennec is going to go over to the body of the sprite and loot it.
Okay.
He's like, all right, they've got that covered. She jumps out a window. Not much I can do.
You notice there's like a couple of tiny little arrows. From like obviously like pixie size. And there's maybe about like 12 gold.
How much?
12.
All right. Okay. You guys keep doing what you're doing. I'll clean up. And that will end his turn.
All right. The sprite is dead. To freaking 11.
Real quick, the half ogre, they're just there, but they're further down the train car on the outside?
They're like a whole train car behind you. Yes.
All right.
Like
Levin's gonna
literally like a whole like train car.
Levin's gonna make his way over to the window and poke his head out to get a read on the distance.
Yeah. It's a full train car.
He's going to call out because hanging off the side of a train car, I figured would probably be like, yeah, they're not ready to dodge this.
Yeah, I mean, nobody's ready to dodge anything at that point. So what are you doing?
He's gonna briefly call out, "We're not here to kill you, but if I have to take a shot, I won't miss." And if she responds briefly.
you want to let her respond, she just like, as one hand is holding on to the side of the car, she goes and like gives you the middle finger, and then like goes back to grappling and trying to pull herself in.
That's it then. Popping 2 shots.
You have chosen death.
Given the distance, I would have disadvantage on this roll, but given her lack of ability to dodge because she's hanging off the side of a train car, would that change anything?
I wouldn't say so much about like the lack of like the train car so much as like the speed in quotation marks that we're talking about. And
Well, the arrow's going back. The train's coming forward.
Correct, but actually, that doesn't present you with an easier situation, quite frankly, because like you're shooting it's not like a bullet that could just like go straight with no air differential, like, or in the sense of like a arrow which can be pushed and yada yada. So like compared to like this lightning car, which is literally like crackling lightning all around it and everything.
Okay,
So
let me
it's
shorten
not like-
things up. Disadvantage, yes?
No, just normal. Just go ahead and shoot. Like, you can shoot. Like, that's how I would. But I wouldn't give you advantage. So.
No, I wasn't asking for advantage. I was asking if it was a normal roll or disadvantage.
Oh, gotcha. No, just normal.
Uh, 14 to hit,
It does.
and I'll be tacking on favored foe on this one. Favored foe would add a d4 for a total of 8 points pierce.
Oh, describe how you do it.
I honestly didn't care where this hit. If this puts it right between the eyes, Levin is not feeling bad about the shot.
No, describe how you do it, dude. Like, yeah, where do you hit? What do you do?
You know what? Yeah, let's go for something along. Yeah, something in the neck.
Cool.
Keep it short and simple.
And then she goes flying back as the train goes like speeding past everybody. So, you guys are ending combat.
I shove Levin out the window. No, I'm kidding.
Well, I guess not alive. And we're not dead because the train's still going.
Right. Did anyone actually confirm her identity?
Oh, and we can now.
No, I'm pretty sure we could get off at the next stop and walk along the rail back.
Well, she's
Actually,
only
wasn't
half
the
ogre
stop
on the
just- Sorry, go ahead.
She's the only half ogre on the train.
And I mean, the next stop is already here, isn't it? Because the whistle is blowing, and it should be here by now, so it shouldn't be
I
too
start
far
to
away.
toss the room.
To Saris's comment, Fennec will kind of turn around from the pixie and hold up like one finger of correction. She was the only half ogre on the train. And then go back to what he was doing.
Right. Is everyone okay otherwise?
Yeah,
I
pretty good.
feel fine-ish.
Fennec will
We
pull
should
the
definitely
little
search the
toothpick
room.
out.
Before we get caught. I'm gonna help Sarah search the room.
Yeah.
So there is an obvious thing in the room of a like large like chest that looks like it weighs like quite a lot of pounds.
Is it
All
unlocked?
right.
It is locked though.
I got this. I'm gonna
So
put on my
you want to
sword.
hit some? Where's Tin Man? He would be very helpful right now.
I got this. I got this. I'm gonna pull out my greatsword. I can just break it.
Oh, really? Is that?
You might want to check that.
I mean, I can try it, maybe.
Do we have the proper tools for that?
I mean, I can improvise something with a dagger. Wait, give me those little arrows.
Fennec will pull one of the toothpick-sized arrows from his butt and hand it to Saris.
Wait, what?
Why is it in his butt?
No,
Well,
I
he
don't
got
want.
shot. It was never described where he got shot.
Oh, the one that he got shot with. Okay, I thought you wanted to be picked up. All right, I was just wondering where the storage was. Okay, I was scared for a minute. But all right,
Oh,
Can I have another one? Not this one.
and
That one's good luck.
He'll pull out a few of them and hand them to you.
what do you
Thank
mean?
you.
That's good luck. Fennec is
Free
good
of
luck.
charge.
Yami, if you're typically using a set of picks, you want them clean? So that they don't gum up whatever's inside the lock?
Fennec is clean. As I look at Fennec, it's like flies buzzing around him, and
And I will.
Right.
Can I use my proficiency bonus with my improvised tools to try and pick the lock?
You gave me enough of a good reason, so sure. Let's see it.
Okay.
Let's see what you roll.
This will be a pool. Am I using dexterity?
Yes.
Okay. And it's this.
Oh, that was so close.
Yeah, 20 on a tools check.
Is
It's-
that good enough to open this chest?
It is. So you manage after finagling with it for a little while, and the other, Fennec and Yami are like talking back to you, like being like, "Blah, blah, blah. Like, I can get it open. Let me just smash it open. I can get it." And then you suddenly like pop it open. What do you say, or anything, if anything?
I'm just like, it's like, see, this is how you open a thing with a lock. You use the lock.
my sword would have done the same thing, but cooler. But it's all right.
Right. What was so important that they needed it locked in a chest?
Let's find out. I'm gonna kick open the lid.
I duck out of the. I dive away from the chest.
Fennec is under the covers.
Yeah, I'm just kicking it open with my foot. Just psh.
Yami, if there was anything that could break in there, like, say, a vial of some sort of aerosol gas or poison, that would have been an alarmingly stupid thing to do.
Poison schmoison. I'll be all right.
Luckily,
How?
all he kicked open was 600 gold pieces.
I guess I get
Yay!
an extra 200, right, for the risk reward.
No, you don't get shit. Actually, for taking the risk, you actually get minus 100.
Wait.
Occupational hazard.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Hazard pay.
But
Workers' comp.
so you guys have 600 to split amongst yourselves, as it says.
120.
125.
Each, I think.
Yeah,
Mhm.
120.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do as you will, as we said. But there's also like 3 scrolls inside of the chest as you're going through the money pile and everything.
I'm definitely grabbing one of the scrolls
Mm-hmm.
and reviewing it.
And do we know what scrolls they are?
Have to look at them to find out.
Yep, that's why I'm gonna grab one and pick one up and review it. I'm sorry, real quick. You said 120 gold pieces each.
Yes.
Correct.
All right, and just for meta knowledge, is this including mech? If not, so because I'm gonna just for my what I'm
We're
gonna do
including mech.
It is. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Because I wasn't make sure if anything I
So
was.
that's 120 with mech included.
Yeah.
Mac will
Yeah,
get his
that-
own 120.
Okay, alright. I was gonna say, if anything, I was
uh,
gonna split mines with him.
That's all up to you, as I say.
Yeah,
Alright. So I just want to
I
make sure that
assume he was with us in spirit.
yeah.
Believe me, I've cut my own campaign partners out. So, but you find that much money, as we said, and then you find 3 scrolls. And I believe Fennec, you were asking if you can translate it or understand the scrolls.
Understand like what kind of scrolls they are.
Give me a check.
How much?
A language skill that you might want to apply to it.
Well,
How would I do that?
So, give me a d20 roll, and then tell me any other language that you might want to apply to it if you know any other languages. Is how I'm going to
Okay.
give you this vibe. Yeah.
Gotcha. An 8.
So the
And-
scroll.
Oop, I was gonna say I can give you the languages I have. I have Undercommon, Deep Speech, and Sylvan.
Which one do you want to use? 3, 2,
Sylvan.
1.
I don't think that's how language applies in any situation.
Well,
you either know it or you don't.
Yeah.
because there's a question actually of it in that you don't actually understand it at all. You're able to like kind of piece together like little bits and words of it.
what was the language again? I'm
Okay.
sorry.
However, the like bits and words of it are like little like fragments, pieces of it all.
Ritually cast detect magic and just look around the room.
Sure, go ahead.
Ritual
Alright.
casting will take an extra 10 minutes on top of the casting time.
I know,
Yep.
which would be just 10 minutes.
Yep. There's
So,
no. We can already say there's no magic in the room, other than like what you guys already have.
And the scrolls aren't magical either?
Nope.
Interesting.
And the scroll that I have, would I have been able to read it? Or at least.
Give me a roll, Yami.
What kind of roll?
So the scrolls aren't magic.
Nope.
Nope, they're informational. And I will, like, as they're looking at their scrolls, like, they're probably in Orcish. I mean, she worked for the Dusk.
They're not actually an orc, as you look over it.
They
I-
were
I
locked in a
wouldn't
chest.
know.
I don't think they were there for her.
No, as you're looking over it, one of them is like in one of the languages Fennec was looking with, and like as he was trying to look over it, he just can't understand it even. Like it seems to be in a code almost,
Oh, it's. Oh. Okay.
and the rest of the other 2 seem to be in a different language.
And I'm sorry, what did you want me to roll for the other scroll?
Yeah, just give me a roll. Like quite frankly.
D20 roll?
Yeah, give me a d20 roll and tell me what language you're trying to read.
Well, again, I picked up one scroll, so I have no idea what it even looks like.
Tell me.
And
Just tell me. Tell me.
It's gonna be, I'm gonna say Orcish after hearing that from her, but
Terrible.
it doesn't matter.
It's not even
Yeah,
close.
exactly, so.
It looks nothing like it. You're looking at it like upside down, flipping it over left and right. And like you see Yami looking at the scroll, Saris, and you're like, why is he doing all this extra motion?
So you had said
I'll put it to the
was-
light, see if it's invisible ink.
You had said that it was one of the 3 that I listed, right?
Yep.
Do we know which of the 3?
Yeah, one of the 3.
Fennec being understanding the language, even the bits and pieces, would he be able to tell them like it's this? Just based off the bits he can get?
He can try. Yeah.
I guess I understand how we can piece together fragments of a language that we know and not know what language we're looking at.
Would you mind if I had a look?
I understand. Sure, I mean, I can get fragments of it, but I don't know, I feel very unintelligent right now. And then hands them to you.
Thank you. Levin's going to take a look at these scrolls. He's not trying to decipher a language. I'm trying to see if this follows any arcane ciphers that I would know. I'm trained in the Arcana skill. I'm not trying to decode the information. I'm only trying to identify that that is what is being used.
Give me a roll for Arcana then. Or investigation, I suppose. That would be one or the other, so. If you're trying to investigate the blah blah blah, so.
23 with a natural 20.
Ooh, a natural 20. So as you're looking at it, you can notice there's almost like a pattern in the writing because of certain, let me put it like this, like letters that are used in it. But you don't understand, the whole language is just wrong, which is like probably why Fennec is having a problem reading it, is what you're picking up. And so, yeah. It's almost like he's reading a wrong language, or a coded language, as someone might put.
Right.
Anything making sense to you?
I wasn't looking as to whether or not it made sense. I'm not going to be spending time deciphering this. But I was hoping to get a feel for what type of coding would have been used to maybe go find someone who would.
I'm guessing our first person of interest, then he'll just kind of make the motion with his thumb to the window. Just, you know.
And you think the one who had it locked in a chest is the one that could read this?
You bring up a good point.
But they might know who can if they have something else on them that's of significance.
And if we turn the evidence into the watch, they can have somebody read it over.
That seems like a bad idea.
Well, first time I agree.
Bad how?
I'm starting to think that the
We
only
have
people
people
we trust is each other.
We have people that's looking for us, and this is Sean. So how do we not know that they are not gonna just cover it all up or betray us as well?
Well, to be fair, we watched Vilroy get her throat cut.
Which means no one's safe.
Exactly.
It's
We
Sean.
almost got attacked by civilians. So why
It-
trust the watch at this point? It could be paid off for all we know.
I think we can trust the watch, but it depends on who we can trust.
Levin's gonna roll his eyes. Well, if you're not willing to go with that idea, then we would have to find somebody that doesn't like the Dusk.
Wasn't House Orion? Didn't we have somebody there? Maybe they can help us.
Some of
You're
y'all
going
might
to
know the
bring this to
train
the
starts
Dragon Mark
slowing
houses.
down.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
Some of you guys might know the train starts slowing down to a location.
I am gonna search the rest of the room to see if there's anything else of interest. I'm not sure how much this map is accurate. Like, is this anything of interest?
Give me a quick investigation check.
Oh.
Just roll it real quick. Because I
Right.
got some fun stuff if you roll a certain
Yep.
way.
I take a moment to mutter a small prayer to Aladra and get guidance.
You can do whatever you like, quite frankly.
Yay! Oh.
See, that's why I don't care. So you notice that he's reading a newspaper, and on like the top headline, it says 4 kobolds killed in an alleyway. Refugee crisis continues is its subheadline. And as you look around the rest of the room, he's like, it's just kind of like there's some wine, and like 2 beds and yada yada yada. So
I'll get the wine.
Well,
Fennec will look at the paper. At least we're not drawing attention to ourselves.
go chug it. Yeah. Fennec, are you reading the paper?
I am.
It's so you're basically reading a news article that says something along the lines of, sorry for a short skimming. The refugee crisis continues. As I have currently kept, reporting, more and more refugees are dying inside of the Card Carnival. Just the other day, 6 people were killed inside of the zone by random travelers that seem to have been coming inside of the area. Now, I can't believe what the government is what the Sharn government is trying to do. Continued on page 6 is what the rest of the article says.
Levin's gonna pass one of the scrolls to Saris, and he's gonna walk up to Fennec and see that he's on. Have you turned to page 6 by now?
Yeah.
You do realize you're reading an editorial for a rather idiotic post.
Idiotic or not, still brings attention to us.
That said, something else idiotic here, and he hands over a second scroll. You're saying we should keep these safe, and you're wondering who we could trust. Well, so far, I see people in this room. I think that's enough.
He'll nod. Fennec would like to try something real quick with the scrolls.
Go for it.
How much light is in the cart?
Weight is in the cart?
Light.
Like sunlight.
Well, the carts themselves are also lit in the interior.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's Fennec. Saris, can I borrow that? Yami, you too. Can I borrow that scroll?
yeah, sure.
Sure.
He's going to take them and stack them and hold it up to the light.
Mm-hmm.
And see if anything changes on how he can view this or see what's on it. Basically, out of game, seeing if it's layered in code.
Mm.
Give me a
It would
roll.
make sense. What?
Give me an investigation roll.
Trying to see if each piece of each character, once put through a
19.
light, simply shines through as full letters.
Yep. 19?
Nope.
Oh, fuck.
Well, while you guys figure this out, I'm gonna go find that body.
He'll like sulkingly lower the papers, like you will for the first time see like true disappointment in his face. Thought I had some.
Maybe next time.
Time to go.
So he'll roll them up and put them. He'll roll them up and put them away.
I'm climbing out the window that the half ogre jumped out of.
That might not be the smartest idea, Yami.
I mean, we can't just simply walk out of a place we're not supposed to be in, and this is
We
the
have-
easiest way to get to the same side that she was on.
Aren't
We
you
have-
still in possession of an employee uniform?
Yes, Fennec's still wearing it.
I mean, mine's is off, but I can put it back on, I guess. But I'm still trying to get to that body as soon as possible, and I could care less.
Right. Saris, if you could do me the favor and escort me back to steerage.
Yes, come along. And I will, like, basically take him back to, like, the door to first class. It's like, all right, well, thank you very much, Constable, for your time. It's been a pleasure.
And I'm climbing out that window. Is that window on the same side as the platform, or is it like on the other side where there's no platform?
Opposite.
No platform?
Yep.
So I'm jumping out I'm hopping out that window real quick and retracing the steps back to the body.
All right.
Is there a first class exit?
Yeah. There's one like right next to the.
Yeah, to maintain appearances, I will use that
Cool,
before
cool.
I rejoin the party.
All right.
Panic, you coming, or are you going with them?
Panic's going with them. I mean, he can walk because he's an employee.
Alright, you guys are good, so I'm hopping out. And I'm hurrying I'm at a hurried pace towards the body. Before anybody takes notice or etc, etc, etc.
And as you guys, the doors open up to Woat, and you guys exit out your own, let's put it separate ways, to put it politely. We're going to end it there.
Dun dun dun.
The new sky opens up, and you smell the fresh air of not a city, or not the city of the shite city of Sharn, as you might have been smelling recently, but the city of Rote, which has a different smell of, at least fresh air and, decent water going all around it. With that, we'll end the session here. Hope you guys had a little bit of fun going along the train ride. Remember, everybody, go on to dicelegion.com and type in the code POTCS and get 10% off the code. We greatly appreciate it if you use it. And we'll see you all next time.